back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have for you my March book haul. So I already posted kind of a book haul for March where I showed you all of my book of the month books and my aardvark books. So definitely I will link that somewhere above if you have missed it. I believe when I'm filming this, today's the March 26th. I have a feeling it'll go up before the end of March. If you're watching this and March is not over, you could use the code Nicole on Aardvark Books to get your first book for $4. So if you have not done so already, definitely check that out because $4 including shipping is an amazing deal for a brand new hardcover. So definitely check that out if March is not over. So because of that, this book haul feels really tiny, but then I have to consider the fact that I bought 5 Book of the Month books and I got 3 Aardvark books in addition to this, which is not bad actually because I already know that I've already read 5 Book of the Month books this month, which means that that's kind of wiped clean. I feel like you could swap. So I don't know. I'm just gonna stop rambling and get started. So I had one pre-order this month, and that was a novel proposal by Denise Hunter. You know me and Denise Hunter. She comes out with a new book. I have to read it. I did think it was kind of interesting that she has technically another book in her last series that hasn't come out yet. So I'm surprised that this came out before that. I'll take it. Her last book that was in this same vein was The Bookshop by the Sea, which I gave 5 stars. So I'm hoping that that will be similar for this one. I don't necessarily know. Let's see. Because I just pre-ordered. I saw Denise Hunter and immediately pre-ordered. It says, when a Western novelist, Sadie Goodwin, must pen a romance novel to rescue her lackluster sales, there's only one tiny problem. She's never been in love. Poor girl. I'm sure she'll fall in love in this book. Then I have a random book that was kind of gifted to me-ish. So we have, I forgot the sticky note was still on it. Someone Else's Shoes by Jojo Moyes. Now, I gifted a Book of the Month subscription with my mother-in-law to one of my husband's aunts. So she's been excited about it, and we were talking about oh, what'd you choose? And she was like, oh, I chose this one, and I was like, oh, that was one that I wanted to put in my box, but I didn't have room. And she was like, oh, when I finish it, I'll let you have it. And I was like, okay, cool. So this is Someone Else's Shoes. This will be my 3rd book by Jojo Moyes. So I read a random one. It was not her one that got everybody in love. What did I read? I read The Girl You Left Behind, I think. It was pink, and it was about war. I don't remember, but I didn't love it. I didn't really like it at all. And then I read The Giver of Stars, and I listened to it on audio. In the beginning, I wasn't a fan, but by the end, I really liked it. And then I was like, let's try this one, because this one just sounded interesting. It says, who are you when you're forced to walk into someone else's shoes? And I think that it just sounded really interesting, and she liked it, so I'm hoping, I feel like this will be the true test. If I like this one, I will continue moving forward with reading her books. If I don't, then I know that she's not for me. So I'm really grateful to have that in my hands. And then I was in Target, and they were having their Target Circle deal extravaganza, where basically so many random things were on sale. And their books were an extra 20% off of what they were already priced at. So they were already at a discount and then taking 20% off. And I was like, I can't pass this up. And I've been on secretly a mini little book buying ban. So it's kind of good that these are all I've gotten. So my little mini secret book buying ban was that I had to read 8 books physically before I could buy new books. So I'm still working on that challenge right now. I think I technically finished 8, but then one of them is a book that wasn't technically on my shelf, so I feel like I want to finish one more. So when I finish one more, I'll be allowed to buy 5 books. So I feel like this book haul is what I'm saying is because I bought these before that book buying ban, so I'm grateful for that. But this is what sparked the book buying ban. But I did do A Non Please by Dixmoy. I'm not positive. But I've heard that this book is just drama and fun and just unputdownable because it's just celebrity gossip type of style book. It says, from the creator of Dixmoy, I don't know, that's probably not how you say that. The popular and infamous celebrity gossip Instagram account comes a fun, charming debut novel that is perfect combination of the Devil Wears Prada, Gossip Girl, and smile and look pretty. So I think that it's just like, I could see there's like a lot of text messages going on in here. I just think it's going to be drama and fun and just something I'm looking for. I have a feeling that this will be kind of similar to like Cover Story, which I really liked last year, so hopefully that one's good. And then I also picked up Black Candle Woman, which is essentially, I feel like, by Diane Marie Brown, which I've heard is very similar to Practical Magic. So, I don't know, in this cover, just like, look how beautiful that is. Just like all of the colors, it's just absolutely stunning. And then on the back, we even have Stequa Johnson quoting the back, which is always a good sign. It's just generations of women, and I believe that their curse is basically any person they fall in love with dies. So very similar to Practical Magic. So had to get my hands on that one. And then I did do a Pango purchase because somebody I was following on Pango, and I follow her on Instagram. She put this book up for sale, and I had already had it pre-ordered. So I was like, oh my God, I could cancel my pre-order and get it cheaper before it even comes out. That's The Golden Spoon by Jessa Maxwell. Guys, this is apparently like the Great British Bake Off meets murder. I'm sorry, I'm like, the glare is terrible, but like, I had to have this. So when she posted this, and then it was like, she had a discount if you spent a certain amount, and then it was free shipping if you spent a certain amount. So I also grabbed The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. You know that I really enjoyed Something Wilder, which had me like curious if I would actually like their other books as well. And I'm going to be super picky about the other books that I pick up by them. But this one has that kind of play on like finding your match through DNA. And I really liked that premise with the one by John Moore. So I thought that there was a chance that I would like this one. So I ended up grabbing this one. And it was like I could buy these two for essentially the price of my pre-order. And I was like, sign me up. And then I got two books for review, one of which I've already read, and then the other one I just recently read. But like the one that I've already read before they even sent it to me was Alex 6 by Vince Tablin. So he reached out to me because he knows I love Alex 6 so much, and he was like, do you want a copy of my new book? Not my new book, like this is Alex 6 but just in a fun new cover, which is no longer available. I'm so sorry about that. But he was like, do you want my new copy? And I was like, yes, I do. Thank you so much. You just made my entire life. So he sent it to me, but then apparently it never, like, I don't know what happened to it. It got lost, and I was like, I'm really sorry. I hope that your release for your new cover went well. Like, I just didn't want you to think that I like wasn't posting about it, but I never got it. And he was like, you never got it? Like, you have to talk about this book now every day for the rest of your life if you want me to send you another copy. I was like, I will talk about it for the rest of my life if you want. But so he ended up sending it to me, which I'm so grateful for. I would show you what the original cover, I could probably put a picture in because my original copy is currently at loan with somebody. But I just thought this was funny, and I was so grateful that he was willing to send me a copy. I should mention what it's about. Alex 6 is a kind of twisted story about a woman who had been trying to conceive a child with her husband, and then he dies. And she's wealthy, and she seems to have it all except for what she wants, which is a child. And so she meets this guy, and he looks like her husband. And she's like, hey, I'll pay you some money for your sperm so I could have a son or a daughter that looks like my husband. And it kind of sparks this whole dramatic and toxic situation. And it's just, I remember writing in my review that if you liked Verity, you would like this one. So I don't remember how much that like actually holds up. But I feel like I definitely need to give it a reread at some point because it's been years since I read it. I think I actually read it like 2 years ago. So how it says it's been on my TBR for 2 years. I'm pretty sure I read it 2 years ago. So There's Alex 6 for you. And then I got to be a part of this really fun Sister of the Traveling Arc series. So we've got Come Back Summer by Allie Brady. This is an author duo. They are both bookstagrammers, and I think I follow both of them, but I was originally following Bradley. So the Brady part. I think her name's Bradley. I don't want to be wrong. There's no L in it. That's why I thought it was right. Brady. I apologize, but she spells it different. And so they were doing a traveling arc series, so it's like it's got rules in it, and it's like you have to read it within 2 weeks, then you have to send it off. I just finished it last night, so I will be picking another bookstagrammer to send it off to. This comes out in May. They wrote a book called The Beach Trap last summer, and this is their new summer release. We are following two sisters. They are working for a PR company. They own the PR company. They took it over from their grandmother when their grandmother passed away. And it's like in shambles. One of the sisters kind of never got over her high school / like college sweetheart. So she has like a lot of anxiety when it comes to dating. And then the other sister is kind of more on the plus size, and she's really not comfortable with her body. So she's kind of more into just staying home and being in her romance novels, while the other one is also really into like true crime like podcasts. And one day this person comes into their PR company and is like, I am willing to potentially have you PR my company, but I want you to go through my get out of your comfort zone challenge first. And it's like a 12-week challenge. So she challenges the one who's been like hung up on the boyfriend to basically go on 12 different dates throughout the summer with random men. And then the other one, she kind of wants her to get like physical and involved in something. So they decide to take this challenge up. But the sister who doesn't like dating is going to plan a fitness thing for her other sister because she's very into fitness. So she's like got her signed up for this like challenge. It's kind of like one of those like Tough Mudders, but like it's not called Tough Mudder in this. And then the other sister is like setting up the dating page for her sister and like interacting with the guys and setting up the dates for her, which you could assume is going to cause some problems. Not only that, but the ex-boyfriend that she is hung up on comes back to town. So lots of things. So this is like lots of drama. It's a big book. It's over 400 pages, but also makes sense because we're following two very different romances and different stories. So it makes sense that it's this big. But I will talk more about this in my wrap up. But I did want to make sure that I showed you a physical copy of it while I still had it in my hands before I had to ship it off. But there's that one. So yeah, I have to say that's not too bad. If you pretend my book of the month books aren't here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books that I have not read yet that I took in this month. That's not bad. That's not too bad at all. Because I bet you April's going to be way worse because I know how many books I have pre-ordered. So it is what it is. I love all the books. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've been interested in reading any of these down below or if you've read any of them. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.